Hi, everyone. Today in Matt's class, several people were presenting, stating that shiny object syndrome, and they have a lot of ideas coming in, and they don't know which one to pick, and sometimes they're in different areas, and they don't know which is going to take them to which direction. And he said, just take an action and also be aware of, the universe testing you to see, do you really want this? Because we'll throw other things at you to see if we can pull you off track, or if you're committed to your goals. Now, I do have a place to stand on when I speak to share with you. This is just the games that I've invented, educational materials, variety of games. First person in the world to invent Ayurveda games. That's according to the National Ayurvedic Medical Association, if you know the Ayurvedic Institute win. But also, he's on NAMA. And I had color-coded Ayurveda to circumnavigate the Sanskrit and bypass it with visual aids and color coding to show the sutras or the threads, posters, several books, an oracle deck, activities. Oh yeah, teaching manuals. There's I have curriculum. I said activities, handouts, just a bunch of complete programs that are already created. So I'm building my online school. And then I had done those several years ago. But everything else, this was all created in the last 6 years. And there's more. And there's several more books that are in process of being typed up because I already wrote them, researched and wrote them. I don't have that problem of which do I have the problem of, which one am I going to work on first? Sure. And then I kick booty on it. And then I move to something else. And I have piles for everything lined up everywhere. I also have 12 prototypes that are waiting for the graphic designer so that they could be finished. I work way faster than he does. Actually, there are 3 of them. But the one who does the drawing for me, just for a few of the games, all the rest I've done myself. But, okay, so the reason I put these 2 up here is quick motivation. I was bedridden for the majority of 10 years, and they told me I'd never walk again. And those were all the pharmaceuticals that I had been prescribed, 70,975 pills, different patch, dosings for 10 years. And I had, healing transformation in 2009. My journey started in 1997. It was 2008, 2007 was Sedona. 2008 was when I went to school. 2009 is when I graduated. 2010 is when I found out that even though I had lost 177 pounds at this point and got off of all of those medications, I had an inoperable brain lesion growing at the base of my skull, the base of my brain, and they couldn't even biopsy it. And realizing that I might only have 2 weeks to live, I made that banner because I was not going away without making a point of that standard of care of treatment for chronic pain and a neurological disorder. People had to know what I went through. The narcotics, the benzos, all prescribed. Okay, I had to show them. But I also did some Ayurveda on myself, and when the time came to, we don't know what's going to happen, they were surprised with the CAT scan that the lesions started to get smaller. Yeah, well, I was not ready to go. I had things to do. Okay, I had things to create. You have things to create. Why aren't you creating them? I don't know which one to do. I don't know which way to go. Pick one. Pick the easiest thing so that you have your first thing is a success. It doesn't mean that that's going to be your moneymaker. Don't even put your mind into, I have to create this now so that I get money in like 3 weeks. If that happens, that's awesome and fantastic, but that's very, very unlikely, especially depending on the complication of what it is that you're creating, because the universe doesn't want you to just slap something together for a couple of bucks. If it's giving you a download, you've been chosen through the ethers of universal consciousness. There may have been a few other people that have also been chosen and given those ideas that you've been given. Now, this isn't to put a panic or a rush under your booty, but if you think about Marconi and you think about the radio, and 3 gentlemen submitted patents at the same time with similar designs, they do not know each other in different countries, but patents for the radio, they were tapped into universal consciousness. They were given the gift of these ideas and these downloads. What if maybe you've been given so many different ideas? Tell me how that poster connects with a kid's game of shopping at the farmer's market to make some recipes. Separately, it doesn't. But as a whole, this is an entire program. Maybe you can't know. Maybe one of those projects is going to take you hundreds of hours and cost you money. It cost you tears. Maybe in the end, you'll be like, I'm not actually using this. Did you use the computer skills that you learned? Did you learn not to spend that money initially? Did you learn how to format? Did you learn shortcuts? Did you learn how to research differently? Maybe that was the lesson. Now, I truly and genuinely speak from a place of experience. I have over 80 copyrights and a registered trademark. I have boxes more. Boxes. I'm grateful for the downloads. I'm grateful for the ideas. When I get them, I want to hold them in my hand. I want the tangible product. I want the reward of what I've created. You'll want the reward of what you've created. So, if you're not sure where to start, how I take ideas from my head and make them into something fabulous, is I pick which one I want to work on, which one's giving me the most joy. Unleash your inner child. Have fun with your project. Okay? Because there's going to be a lot of pain. There's going to be a lot of pressure. There's going to be a lot of mistakes. Just prepare that going in. Maybe that won't happen. Yeah, don't expect it to not happen. You'll be disappointed. It's great to set timelines. Fortunately, I am so Pitta. See, Ayurveda. So if you know Ayurveda, yeah, you can tell this is Pitta. But if I say I'm going to do it in 10 days, I'm only like a third of the way through. I get very angry with myself and upset. Like I'm disappointed and frustrated because I planned it for 10 days. The internet went out. This happened. Oh my God, all that work that I did for 2 days straight. Then the file got deleted. This happens and you have to prepare for it. You're accepting the mission of this idea. You're accepting the mission of thank you so much with gratitude. Thank you for these ideas. I'm going to write them down. I'm going to figure out which one I want to start with. Which one is fun? Which one is so fun that I want to start learning with that I'm okay if I have to cry through it because I really feel that it'll be worth it to me. If your value on the other end of it is a $, it's a good motivation, like, yeah, you know, but it's not. It has to come from your passion and from your heart. Unleash your inner child. Play. Give yourself permission that it's okay that you create something that doesn't amount to anything. It has no value. It's okay. Who's judging you? Why was it a waste of your time? Maybe you learned computer skills. Maybe you learned placement, formatting, how to write instructions. I say instructions as far as game. Depends on what it is, the project you're working on, right? What are you gaining out of each project that you're doing? And then extrapolate those skills and apply them to another one of those ideas that you have. And the funny thing is no relation, right? Or does it? It's the overall. If you're being given the ideas, you're being asked to follow through. You've been chosen. I call them my committee. My committee asked me to do this work, and I happily say yes. So shift the perspective on how you're perceiving the many ideas and feeling like a failure of shiny object syndrome. If you've never followed through on something like this before, the tasks can be daunting because you don't know where to start, but I didn't know where to start either. I Googled the heck out of everything and I did a lot of research. So if you're going to accept the mission of this download, of this idea, say, yes, thank you so much. I will accept it. Prepare. Take a lot of notes, spend a lot of time researching, spending a lot of time on the learning curve. But the more you do it, the faster you'll become. I did this whole game here, Grow Strong, in 3 days. They were solid days, 3 solid days of work, but I designed the whole thing in 3 days. Okay, I mean, I knew what I wanted in my head. I had horrible sketches. I am not an artist. I cannot draw. My stick figures need 911. They're broken. But this one I did 3 days also. This was my first game that I did by myself. So, it didn't start off that way. One game took me several hundred hours. I cried so much through it, but I wanted it so badly because I had this idea for years. And I finally got to the time where I learned enough and I learned how to use Canva that I could import and how to create and how to set up templates and how to align. Awesome, right? And now it would probably take me, because it's still a lot of work, maybe 75 hours as opposed to 400 hours, maybe less. Because I learned so much in the process. So you also have to be committed to that. You have to be committed to the process. But what I can tell you, it's worth it. You've been chosen with this idea. Have gratitude. Explore your inner child. Have fun with it. And start sharing with me what you're creating. Start it today. Even if it's just on a napkin. I have stuff written on the back of receipts, okay? It's okay. That's how the process goes. So good luck. Get creating. Believe in you. Believe in your inner child. And remember, shine your light. Because seriously, right now, the world really needs it. All right, everyone, you take care. Have fun.